All right. Well, thank you all for joining. This is going to be one for the books, y'all, with our inaugural show as well as a massive news day. We're streaming on YouTube and we're streaming on X. So thank you for spending some time with us tonight. We really appreciate it. I have with me on the stage the fabulous Kelly Raybon. Kelly, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. New year, new us.
Yep. It's incredible. Today was massive. I think we knew it was going to be a big day, but my goodness, something was dropped that I have literally been wondering about probably since I don't know September the 17th, 18th, somewhere around there. And what I'm talking about is Candace Owens. And Candace drops a screenshot of the FaceTime phone call that she had between her and Terrell Farnsworth, showing the video from the tent behind Charlie. We had always wondered about this, if it was in existence. We know that the camera was recording because Terrell went in and swooped in and snatched it up within minutes of Charlie being taken away, but to snatch the SD cards out of there. But I think a lot of us were always wondering, hey, did Candace record this? She never addressed it. And tonight she settled that question.
At least to an extent, Uh,
Right. Yep.
we've always wondered what it was that she really saw. I think that the way that she described it was, vague, but worked in the favor of ultimately, I think it worked in the favor of TPUSA to an extent, but also against in other ways. But I think tonight we learned that she had some things that were more telling that maybe could have helped us a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah. I was lost for a moment there and thought whenever she was showing it on screen during her podcast, and I was thinking back to all the times that the debate came up or the question came up about someone claiming, or the argument gets made that he was shot from the back or from his 4 o'clock over here. Um,
From any
it
side, right? Side,
right,
up, down. I mean,
right,
we had
right.
to keep everything open.
And that's what's crazy to me is literally we had Candace come out and say this, just describing a video, and yet it still did not tamper down a lot of the rhetoric of people still thinking that there was something there, because she plain as day said that there's no blood, there's no gore, there's nothing that is shown from the back of that, or from the camera of his backside, which begged the question of, okay, well, what is so problematic about just releasing it? And and so at the same rate, even though she did come out and say all of this stuff, it still did not dial down or tamper down the the people, or the debate of there being a shot. In my opinion, she put that all to bed today. That his neck is plain as day. You can see it, and she was right. Everything that Candace described back in mid-September is exactly the way that she described it, right?
Yep. I would agree with that.
Yeah. And so,
And not the way, and not the Superman neck, although
right,
that was something
right,
that certainly fed to us.
100%. The Superman neck is a made up mythical thing that was put out by Andrew Colvett, plain and simple. I don't believe a doctor said that. I think that was, I think this was, whether he was trying to be metaphorical. I don't know what the intent was. We would have to ask him, Andrew, if you'd like to be on our show, please unblock me and reach out. I would love to have you on, you and anybody, Blake, Mikey. I think it would be fabulous. So with that, where's the video? She didn't necessarily talk about a video being recorded, but we really need to see that video, Kelly. We really do. Look, I will go out on a limb and say that the video, when it is released, it's pretty much going to be solved, because I can promise you we are going to see things from the backside that tell the exact story from 5 feet away. The exact story. We are going to see everything happen. It's either going to prove that there was a bullet or that something exploded underneath his t-shirt, causing his necklace to fly off the backside. Right?
Right.
So,
it could answer so many questions, and I just find it so frustrating, as Blake and I were discussing right before we started, the amount of people who have poured their heart and souls into this case, who have spent hours, thousands of hours upon hours, sleepless nights, holidays, everything. We weren't taking a break. We weren't taking 2 weeks off, to sit there on information that, you've had this whole time that could potentially help someone solve this case. It boils my blood.
Yeah. 109 days. And I was contemplating kind of the ebb and flow of how she lays out her shows from September to October to November to December to now January. And this is my one problem. I want to preface this first with the fact that, Candace, I am thankful that you finally released everything today. I truly am. I genuinely am thankful for that. However, this is not the Candace investigation. It's not. It's not by a long stretch. And so when you asked me for video, I provided you with WeTransfers immediately because I wanted to help you out. It's not reciprocated in the same form or fashion, and you're not the dubbed chief investigative officer of me, at least. So I have a problem with that because these are very, very important pieces of information that we need to have out collectively to the public so that there can be angles worked. And it's, in my opinion, it's very unfair that this is just being sat on. And I have a real problem with that. I mean, it's not cool. Partly because, here I am threatened. I was threatened last night because I didn't buy into the, what was it, the white t-shirt, Kelly, kid?
Yes.
You were on that space.
I was on the stream, and I didn't want to post it today without Blake's permission. We both were running in circles on our own things today. But you guys, to hear Blake be literally threatened, someone talking about how a week ago they could have approached him face to face to come at him, but he better do this or else, essentially. I'm paraphrasing. You could listen to for yourself, but it was so disturbing.
It was shocking.
I think everybody was like, we wish that you could have seen everyone's faces because we were on an X stream where you only hear people's voices.
Yeah. And it was all because I wouldn't subscribe to this kid in a white t-shirt. What was it with some sort of palm. It's not a palm
Well, he
pistol.
just makes a gesture.
Right, right. But there's nothing in his hand.
Yeah, there's nothing yeah.
Like, and so this could have easily been dialed down because, like, with this video out, I mean, it's a dead issue. I mean, there's nothing coming from his 4 o'clock. So,
and even if someone still wants to chase that, okay, then go chase it. But don't get upset. Sorry, don't get upset with Blake because
no,
he's not buying your theory. Go
right,
chase it. I mean, my thing is like, okay, you think you know who that is? Well, why don't you go reach out to that kid, the kid's parents, whatever you want to do, go chase that lead. We're all chasing our own leads and other
absolutely,
people's too.
absolutely. I mean, well said. So, with that respect, yeah, I think a lot of things could have been dialed down in terms of it would have allowed for people to look or focus their attention probably in other directions or areas. But I just want to highlight that point that the part of you're not at least my chief investigative officer, and to me, we are all in this together. We're all on a team. And yes, you might have 7 million followers and you might have 3 million views per live stream. That's great. But this is not the thing, or this is not the time, rather, to, I don't know, maybe sit on stuff, especially like massive, mega bombshell stuff. I just don't know what purpose. I was trying to think like what purpose would that serve, and I can't come up with one. I mean,
not one in that leads from the heart.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. So hopefully, look, I'll say it again. The day that video is released is the day that this thing really, really takes on a final shape. And we can all pretty much say that, well, we can say it right now, that the 30-06 from the Losi Center roof, we don't even need the video out to say that that's a 0% possibility. And I can say 0. But this will land on the fact that we will see the audience right in front of Charlie, and we will see if someone fired a shot from the front of him, or we will see an explosion. These are two things that you cannot argue with. That video that Terrell Farnsworth went in and illegally grabbed the memory cards of, those files on that show everything. You cannot dispute that. So it's either going to show someone right in front of Charlie taking the shot, and we'll be able to see it. We'll be able to track it the whole 9 yards. Or it's going to show the explosion that happened under his t-shirt. Where you at, Carol?
I'm like,
where you at? Terrell,
you know,
where
I'm
you
ready.
at, man?
I was letting you finish your monologue before I said, or.
Look, I get fired up on this because, like, I believe
Yes.
in the work we're doing, Kelly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Or we will see that I think as close as possible, we will see that this was a fake death. I'll say it. For those who have not heard my theory before, I know that I've got some of the folks in the house who are on board with me on that. And, you know, it takes a whole lot more. You can't really like sum that concept up into just fake death theory. Sadly, I have to just say that for brevity, but I think eventually, you know, that is still up there in the tip top of theories, even though people don't want to talk about it.
And let me just put on this, or just kind of add to it, because this combination between you and I, this is what it's supposed to be about. Because I don't subscribe one bit to your theory, but I respect you as a journalist and as just a fellow Texan and American citizen and someone that has just as much dog in the fight as I do. And we are all worthy of looking in and exploring our own theories and putting them to the test. Like, that's what is paramount and essential to really any investigation. And with that, because I cannot just subscribe to it that he's still alive, the thing that I would strongly urge for anyone that believes in the squib theory is to stop typing about it or texting and go out and prove it. Show us how it's done with a squib thing under the neck. Like, go through the whole thing. Like, I understand what's his he's in the chat. I saw him.
Jordan Henshaw.
Jordan.
He's been doing a phenomenal. Yep, there he is.
He's been doing a phenomenal job. Jordan, go find one of your homies and ask them to put something in their neck and let's see what happened. Like, let's take it to that level, because that is the only way that you are going to be able to get people on board with the fact that he possibly might still be alive, is to just do the whole thing. And I think Jordan is on the precipice of trying to recreate, and this would be the equivalent of how the Wright brothers started flight. Jordan is the Wright brothers in North Carolina right now, in his room or wherever, and it's okay. Like, you have to start. The Wright brothers did not start at a Boeing facility, so you have to start somewhere, and you have, and that's how you get people on board with this, is if we can see it and we can wrap our minds around it, or get online and crowdsource some money. This has been brought up, where you get some people that are in Hollywood and they do the whole thing. But the only way that you're going to be able to prove this is if you execute the exact same thing that we all saw that day, and it all makes sense. And right now, Jordan, you're at the stage of where they're running down the hill and they're trying to get lift over the wings and with speed, and it's going to need more. But
I believe in you, my man. I believe in you.
He does.
And I know that we can collectively together. I'm like, we got to get organized, but yeah, we'll get there. And I save space for, I share a variety of different theories. I adore John Bray, and I think he's done phenomenal work with the exploding mic theory. And so, I will continue to share that on my platform too, because I hadn't figured it all out. And today I shared something else. I don't know. I haven't even had a chance to take a look at it. Maybe, hopefully, whenever
Perfect opportunity, take it. You want to jump on? You want to do a screen share and kind of walk people through it?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yep.
Let me pull that up. Here, you keep talking, and then I'm gonna pull.
Yeah. So basically, the common denominator between Kelly and myself, and this can be said for anybody with any theory. I don't care if it was the deranged individual that threatened me last night. If it is, I'm trying to think. Truth, he knows who I'm talking about. Where he thinks that, I think it was a shot from the front, because he's using different triangulated audio clips and whatnot to basically pin down within, I think they said 2 meters of where the shot took place. All of these theories, the common denominator that unites all of them is the fact that a .30-06 rifle was not used on the Losi Center roof, which is what a kid who is charged now with aggravated murder and is facing a penalty of death by the state of Utah. He's sitting in jail right now because of that allegation. And I can tell you right now that there is is he 22, Kelly? 22, 21?
22. Yep. 22.
There's a 22-year-old young man sitting tonight in Utah County jail, facing the death penalty for something that he did not do. Point blank, plain and simple. And the prosecutors, the people that are representing the people of the state of Utah, they know this. They know it. And he still sits in jail tonight. So that is the one thing that I hope we all can agree on and unite behind, is the fact that Tyler Robinson did not, or whoever that was on the roof, did not take the fatal shot that injured Charlie in the neck. And Charlie, God rest his soul, did not have a spine of steel, even though in most instances the .30-06 cartridge did blow through metal. It's just, it is what it is. And this is going to be a real problem for their case moving forward, is because this is the year 2026. This happened in the year 2025. Let me show you something.
We're not going anywhere.
See all these? These are my phones. Everybody has these things, and they all record. You were able to get away with this when John F. Kennedy or Martin Luther King went down, and we had to believe your law enforcement, your Fed narrative. But this is a problem in 2025 and 2026 for you, because everybody has these things, and they've got really good cameras on them. You can't get around that. And you can't get around the fact that we all know. So it is what it is.
I wanted to add as well that I saw I'm trying to scroll back up to see who exactly. Stephen had said that Tyler is a willing patsy. And, that's one more theory. But here's the reason why we will continue to fight, even if that is the case. It's because we have been fed a narrative and told to believe it. And if we just accept that, we've got a big problem. That sets a precedent that I am not willing to subscribe to, not just for my generation, for me, whatever, but for my kids and beyond. 100%. Like, 100%. I can't stand for that.
So true. I mean, just spot on. If we don't stand up for this, I don't even know where this, I mean, we're millennials, and I'm proud of that. I really am. Like, I was born in 84, and I had the most incredible childhood. Things were great. The 90s, like, it was, I wouldn't trade it for the world, right? And this is, I feel, this is for the salvation of our country. This is that level of serious, because Charlie was that level of an individual. And yeah, there's people that are killed every single day, and it's tragic. It really is. But this is not right. This is not right. This was not right. I don't care. I don't care what country, what nationality. Like, this is so effed up on so many levels of what we all witnessed. And I can promise you we're going to send a message that you're not going to get away with it. You won't get away with it. So take it away on what your new video is, Kelly. I watched it today. It was compelling. And I have to admit, for someone that's watched many hours of these videos, especially Adam Bartholomew's video, I missed this. I didn't see it. But I will let you take it from the top and walk everyone through it, and then we'll dive into the other things of the day after it.
Yeah, thank you so much. So it took me a little bit because I wanted to think about how to properly tell this story. I knew that it was going to seem, or could potentially seem, a little bit out of left field, but maybe that is part of it. It kind of is literally to left field. And but it took a very keen eye. And what I love the most about it is the video that you are going to see is video that we have had from day one. No one can say that this video has been edited, altered, this white dot was added in after the fact. It is indisputable. This is video that has been live on YouTube that people have viewed a bazillion times. and it just took some eagle eyes to ask the question. Do I know what this is ultimately? No, but I hope that people ask some serious questions, because why is some kind of white dot, which I believe is a person, moving around on top of a different building at the time of the shot? So you can, it'll take you, Blake, to pull that content up on stage. And then... My name's Kelly Raybon, and I've been investigating the Charlie Kirk case since day one. And if you're like me, the video I'm about to show you has probably crossed your feed dozens of times. But trust me, you haven't looked at it like this. The detail that I'm about to show you could change everything. Let's go.
Positioned above the tent so it would be in the camera. And made us move. What was that? God, he just got shot! Holy shit!
A white object or person appears and then disappears very quickly. But you guys, this is on top of the Sorensen building, not the Losi Center, where we're told that Tyler Robinson, or the shooter, was supposedly spotted. And remember, that person was wearing all black. I know, it's quick, but it is compelling. And you didn't really think they were gonna make it easy for us, did you? So now let's take a look at some drone footage to give us a different perspective from up high. This is after the scene. So this is going to help us understand the lay of the land and why this might have been an ideal perch for someone, maybe even a lookout spot. You be the judge. Many of us did not buy the official narrative from the beginning.
I think we can conclusively prove that Tyler Robinson, the alleged shooter, did not take the shot that landed in Charlie Kirk's neck.
One of the people who did have some questions about the Sorensen building from early on was Dr. Chris Martinson.
This is where I would be looking very, very carefully. That should be scoured.
Did it freeze? Kelly, Earth to Kelly. This is weird. Somebody let me know in the chat if you can hear me, or if they, yeah. So it appears that they got Kelly. It must be that Houston, that Houston internet. I hope it's not my internet here at my office. Nope, they can hear me. Okay. I'm sure that she will be back in. That's unfortunate. That's weird. If I disappear, y'all send somebody. Okay. I'm sure she'll be back in the studio here momentarily. That's just bizarre. I'm actually going to call her. Y'all just hang with me for a second because I want to make sure that everything's okay, because I've never seen that happen. Especially on StreamYard. Are you okay? I'm okay. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, but I've never seen that. Okay, great. I'm just glad you're okay. We'll see in a second. So her computer crashed and she's getting back in. That's wild. I've never seen that happen. She said everything went black. So anyways, yeah, she's done some great work on that because, quite frankly, y'all, I missed it. There was a time period there that we were all scouring the roof lines and everything. It's interesting. Was there somebody up there? Was there not somebody up there? Quite frankly, it's really a non-issue for me, at least, because I have my theory, and my theory is plain as day. It can be seen on video. We'll go through it at some point, but I believe there was an explosion that was detonated underneath his shirt, and with that, you're back.
I'm back. They can't hold me down for too long.
You had everyone worried. I'm sitting here looking at the chat and they were like, oh my God, they got her.
Literally,
the proverbial they got her.
They did something because I'm like, I don't know how much of the video y'all were able to see or not, but it was just my entire computer just froze.
Yeah.
And so apologies, you guys. That was so wild, but hey.
Well, you're back. Do you want to go? We still had video left. Do you want to add it back to, and then
sure thing.
You can fast forward it. The last thing that we ended on was
you added in, and then you feel free to, you can start it wherever. Yeah. Thank you guys. Sorry, no clue what happened.
Yeah, let's go to my buddy Chris Martinson. That was right where it was left off. Chris is a good dude, super smart, way smarter than me. And even though I don't buy into some of the things that he's done with the ballistics and whatnot, Chris is a phenomenal individual, and he's super smart. And we're all better off having him doing his thing on his page. So shout out to Chris there. All right, here's play.
Many of us did not buy the official narrative from the beginning.
I think we can conclusively prove that Tyler Robinson, the alleged shooter, did not take the shot that landed in Charlie Kirk's neck.
One of the people who did have some questions about the Sorensen building from early on was Dr. Chris Martinson.
This is where I would be looking very, very carefully. That should be scoured very, very carefully for clues right there, because that matches everything almost perfectly.
He has no idea that I'm doing this video, but I'd love to talk to him about how his investigation has developed over the last few months. My thoughts are, it took a village to pull that off, and it's going to take a village to solve this case.
I can't guarantee he didn't take a shot. I just can guarantee that the shot he took wasn't the one that killed him.
Well done. Kelly, excellent job putting together the video. I think one thing that we all ask ourselves as content creators is, how can we most effectively, transmit or relay a message so that it's most importantly received by our audience? And I have learned a lot of lessons through this whole investigation, that one of the big ones being, people can't read your mind. And you really need to spell things out. So with that, I think you did a great job, because it's all right there. It's interesting. And
Thank you.
What do you think it is? What's the
Well,
white thing?
I think that it could have been a spotter, someone keeping an eye on the roof. I think that they were wearing white because that was a white roof versus the Losi Center, that's a dark colored roof. And so that would make sense why that person was wearing dark clothing on that roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that the person fired a shot on, on the Sorensen, but I don't think that I have to know exactly what they did, assuming
Sure.
that it's a person, right? I wanted to make sure that I showed that drone footage to go ahead and dispel, people would say, oh, well, there's vents, there's AC stuff, there's whatever on there. Yeah, you can go up there and look. But
Mhm.
but what you see in that video is an object that is there and that goes away. That's
Right.
moving, clearly.
Yep. And I went on to Google Earth and tried to do some different tilt variations just to see if there was some. I mean, I couldn't come up with anything that would remotely make sense of what that is and the proximity of it. And you do have the full resolution file of Adam Bartholomew's. And I assume you use that there.
Yes, and I compared that to the YouTube streamed version. Now his live version, which it's worth noting, his live version does glitch out, which we haven't talked about that in a long time. But the live version does glitch out at that time of the shot. Was that because, I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone with a whole lot more, I don't know, tech knowledge than me could answer that more accurately.
One thing, and I've talked to Adam a couple of times on the phone. I like Adam. I think he's a good guy. And in my opinion, he provided invaluable, just this footage. It's an hour and 9 minutes long of just incredible footage, showcasing things, anomalies, illegalities, if we just want to call a spade, that people were doing that day. Point blank, Butch Hibbs is all over it. The Pink Hat person that we still don't know who they are. The cleanup that was ensuing by Pink Hat person, by the security team, the Red Hat officer. You can just go through a laundry list of things that are bizarre, and it's all thanks to Adam. So with that, Adam, thank you for being there and doing that. Because
somehow pointing at random things at the perfect time in so many different ways.
You know what? As a photographer myself and someone that also enjoys making videos and things of that nature, I can appreciate the fact that sometimes you just get lucky on stuff. I really can. And yeah, everyone's got their own theories, and
we're grateful for it. All of it.
I truly am. I mean, Adam is a good guy.
I'll tell you what, Barron should be sending Adam some, I don't know. He should be throwing Adam some, a party or something, because that's what first put Barron on the map, frankly.
No kidding. I did not realize that, because Barron interviewed Adam.
Oh, yes. And it went viral. Yeah. If you scroll back, that is what, and I think Barron would probably say that too. I don't know if he's still in the chat. I think someone had mentioned earlier that he was, but that's what first took him from his, 300, 500, whatever subscribers to over 10,000 in a day or two.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
what was the overall tone of it? I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
Adam went off the rocker.
Really?
Oh yeah, it got ugly.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Oh, he said that on his live earlier, Lindsay. That's funny. I didn't know that, so I didn't get a chance to watch Baron earlier. So that's funny.
Interesting. Yeah, Baron had Ian Carroll on his show tonight, and we'll have to go back and rewatch that. I think a lot of us were all scrambling. Well, I knew that today was going to be the day that we were going to be doing this, but I think we all have a feeling inside that things are about to get exciting. I really do. I really feel like it because this is the type of investigation that it will be solved. I can tell y'all, this is not like we're having to finagle and do things with our imagination, like with Kennedy and his driver maybe, doing something, or a guy back here in the book depository. Like, we can solve this. It will be solved. And it's interesting that you can feel things tick up, and it's exciting. It needs to be that way.
Yeah, if people are tired of it, so be it. That's fine. Those of us who aren't and who are ready to do the work are more than happy to go
absolutely.
max harder than ever.
Absolutely. That's what Charlie said. Do you want to get to some chats while we're doing this, or
Sure.
are some people that have chimed in? Y'all are going to have to bear with me because, there's
first time, it's good.
Oh, there's Baron. Let me see what Baron said. Oh yeah. Baron said, like and subscribe. Thank you, Baron.
Hey, Baron. Yeah. My name is Kelly Raybon, in case you forgot. I know. I've been on your show,
Baron,
videos of your show a few times, but
Baron is one of those
remember my name.
Cool dudes that I would literally, I would go have a beer with Baron. I would.
Yeah.
He's just a cool dude. He's fun to talk to, super smart. I can just tell he's a good attorney. And I love how he's made his show with an opening statement and tying it into something that's relevant, that's going to be talked about. So he's got a great show. He's got a great thing going for him, and he's another asset to this whole investigation. So thankful for you, Baron. There's so many. How does this takes a lot. Kelly, fill some space here while I read.
You got it. Absolutely. Look, okay, let me just give you guys some insight behind the scenes. Okay, so running these lives is kind of like chewing gum, walking, doing a dance, talking, and I don't know, like adding one more thing into it too. It is a lot. So
they will blow the entire damned world, end us before we get a real story. You're completely correct, but everything we referred to as reality is a steaming pile. I'm psyched to have accidentally come across this, though, because this is a great show. Thank you. Love your knowledge. Thank you. I genuinely know this stuff like the back of my hand. I know times, I know videos, I know it's kind of freaky, actually. And it takes this type of obsession to get it, because there's so many complexities that are underlying. And without that, I mean, just like on the same side of it, I missed something that Kelly picked up on today. That's what's so incredibly just baffling about this, is you can watch a video for the umpteenth thousandth time and you will discover something brand new that you didn't pick up on, because there's so many people moving around. Like, it just blows my mind that there's so many things happening because there's so many people there, especially on Adam Bartholomew's video, that around the tent area, especially in the immediate aftermath, y'all, there is so much there. There are people that come running in. There's so many, I would assume they're law enforcement in plain clothes that it's mind-blowing. The amount of people just standing around that do not make a lick of sense, right? Take, for instance, the super dad that arrested George Zinn. Have you seen him, Kelly?
Yes.
He's wearing a Cars t-shirt.
Yeah.
He's got a Lightning McQueen.
He's ready for a trip to Disney.
Where the hell did this guy come from? Like, Lightning McQueen, like Dad just got in from Orlando and he's got Lightning McQueen t-shirt on in jeans, and he just comes running in, and he's the guy that's got the cuffs on George Zinn.
I mean, I don't know, between that and then the guys in the sandals, the open-toed sandals going through
Who is that?
with
Like,
their big guns going.
Jesus sandals on.
Oh my gosh.
Like, my grandma has those sandals. Or she did. God rest her soul. My Meemaw. Meemaw wore those sandals all the time in the summertime. And then here's this dude showing up, flashing his badge, wearing the same sandals that my Meemaw does. And where did he come from? I mean, the latest report that we've seen from that, oh my goodness, Camelot Jack, sorry, man, went blank. Camelot Jack he's got a list of every single officer from any department listed. And it even has if they were in plain clothes or if they were in, duty clothes or uniform. And there's way more people that we see compared to what is on the list. There's more there. I'm telling y'all right now, there's more there that needs to be looked at. But for now, I think we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And what's crazy, Kelly, is after Super Dad, Lightning McQueen, we'll just call him that, after he puts George Zinn in the squad car and they take him off, the guy just literally walks by Chief Long in the menorah at the top level, and he just gives kind of a nonchalant, hey, see you, Chief, and just walks off with two people. So literally, you've got Lightning McQueen Dad who runs up at the very moment that all of this is going down as people are running away. Super Dad's running in, and this is at the very moment that George Zinn, his fat ass, is falling all over the place with his pants falling down into the water, trying to wave his hat so he can get someone's attention, yelling out, I did it, and getting arrested by Lightning McQueen as he runs up. It absolutely is batshit baffling. It makes no sense.
It's bizarre. You have to wonder how the heck, of course, I guess we can't really, we can't easily talk to George Zinn at this point since he's still locked up. Is he still locked up? I mean, I know he's still facing the charges.
Let me check on it. I have not.
Let's check and see if he's I don't know, available. maybe we need to reach out to him. He did have a hearing within the last, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks. He was looking a little rough. But for those who don't recall, George Zinn, older guy, he had jumped up initially and said, it's me. They arrested him. His pants kind of fell down. So he's still, that's the arrest record. Let's see. And so anyway, they haul him off. And then I guess while they're questioning him, I believe while the FBI was questioning him, then they supposedly find CP on his phone. Crazy.
So,
But, you know, that's something that occasionally they, you know, this can be questionable charge to put on someone. I don't know.
yeah. So currently he's got a bond on a theft. That's weird. And we've got the criminal trespassing of a. That's bizarre. I guess they're trying to hint at the fact that he was I don't even know. That's wild. I'm not surprised though. Sexual exploitation of a minor, no bail, and obstruction. Kelly, you know what?
What?
If I was Terrell Farnsworth, I would be so wary of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is literally the same thing that, quite frankly, Terrell should be charged with. Wow.
I don't understand how, well, unless the system is entirely, you know, set up, how he could not be facing some sort of obstruction charge.
Anybody else in America, anybody that's listening on any of these platforms, if you do what Terrell Farnsworth did, you will be charged with a felony, okay? Especially if it's related to a homicide or murder in which there are some very, very questionable things going down. That is for the 99.99999999987% of people. You will be arrested and charged if you do what Terrell Farnsworth did.
Mm-hmm.
But because Terrell did this at UVU in Orem, Utah, and because he thinks that people can be evil, he wanted to get them before the authorities got there so that he could turn them into the authorities. Like, it's okay at that. No.
But that's why Terrell like feels so, I believe, my opinion is why Terrell would feel so empowered and untouchable, because he has so many connections in high places.
Right.
And if you believe my theory that this was all prearranged anyway, and that there's a big old reason why they don't want anyone to have any of that footage.
I just don't understand the end game, because it doesn't end well. Do you think they didn't think that we were going to be sitting here on January the 6th, Insurrection Day, talking about this?
I don't think that they did. I really believe that they thought.
You talk about the miscalculation of the century. They get the award. They get the award on that.
Yes.
Circuit.
Yeah. Well, when Blake and I have long talked about that, we're going to have some sort of an awards show once this.
We really are. And it will be really, really cool. And it will be really, really well deserved, because there does need to be a Charlie Kirk Investigation Award show at some point. And we will put it on. We will do it right. It will be really, really well done when this is solved and all said and done, in Charlie's honor and memory. And it will not be in Utah. And
I think we're a little safer in Texas, but
it will be in Texas. We will rent out somewhere in Houston or Dallas or Austin, somewhere cool, and we're going to do it.
And we may have some pyro, you know, just because it seems right.
It does. Everybody grieves differently, right?
That's right.
But we'll be celebrating, because the real people will have been held to account, and justice will be come knocking on that door. That's why we will be celebrating at that point. Yeah. So here's Tyler's sheet. Nothing changed. No surprise. So It just begs the question for me: are Tyler and old George, are they sellies? I mean, I know they're probably both in SEG. Are they like, hey George, what do you want on commissary? I got you. And they're like, it's so bizarre to think about that they possibly could be like in the same area of the jail. Because I can promise you they're both in AdSeg. So,
right.
it's just wild.
Man, can I have your cookie today?
Yeah, like literally. I mean,
I'll trade you my PB&J.
Like, are they both at rec together and they're like in their own little cage, but they're there like talking and they're like, man, we got so screwed on this deal. Like, I mean, if you think about it, we got two patsies here, patsies that are both, they just spent Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving and Halloween behind bars. And they're like, man, we got screwed. Or they're saying, we about to get paid.
That too. I do think that there is an upcoming, does it show when, I don't know when George's next hearing is, but I do believe Tyler has one coming up in maybe about 10 days.
Yeah.
A week to 10 days.
10 days. 16th. This will be with the, this will be the judge deciding on some very key factors that he's, I think one of them is going to be with the media. And then the other big one is going to be with the current prosecution, because there's been something filed getting them potentially kicked off the case, or there have to be a recusal, which will throw a massive wrench in everything. Because if you have a DA, and I'm just going to state the obvious here, that I believe every single morning that these district attorneys, ADAs, and the DA go into the courthouse to work each day, they all know that they're screwed. Literally. I can see them like around the coffee pot, and they're like, oh, we're fucked. Oh, this is not good. Like, he's still alive. What are we going to do? How are we going to get a plea? Like, all of these things. Like, there's, and not only that, but I mean, they have to give these files up. I don't know. I haven't gone through the latest. I have a place that I go and hunt for all the different filings in the court, but I haven't seen really anything with all the discovery being handed over. I don't know, like the whole process with how that actually goes from transferring possession or for the defense getting it. But I mean, the motions have been filed, but from what the prosecutor said, it might have been on the last hearing or that last court date that there's so much of it that it's going to take a minute. In my opinion, I call bullshit because, quite frankly, there's not a lot of stuff. I mean, you're talking a handful of videos, cameras, I don't know, an actual extraction report on phones, Tyler's being primary, like a legit extraction report, not some fake and gay Word document that some literal idiot typed up that works for the state or the federal government. I don't know. But literally, it might have been Governor Cox himself that typed this up. He's like, because he believes that much in himself, right? Mm-hmm. He's a brilliant politician. I mean, did you not feel that unity when he was doing the touchdown dance the day that Tyler was caught? I mean, he went into this whole sidebar of doing a proverbial touchdown dance.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that Governor Cox. You know,
I thought he was. I was like, man, are we setting him up for a presidential run? Like,
it felt like it. I was like, geez,
he's going for a cabinet position. He's going for VP.
Look out, JD, homeboy, incoming.
I mean, look, dude. had this operation gone a little more smoothly, I think his political future would be framed differently.
Yeah, no, you're right. And so it could be Governor Cox that wrote those text messages himself. But the problem is, like, they actually make absolutely zero sense. And they're a big, big problem. So once we get the legit extraction report from Tyler's phone, things take on a different narrative. Not only that, but there should be a real concern if you were the person that actually typed those out, because I'm telling you right now, I would bet everything I freaking own that those words never came out of Tyler's brain through his fingers to be texted as he is waiting to get his gun that he just left, that he got away, and then is waiting now to go back and get, because, yeah, they suck at making shit up, right? That's where I can say that I would bet everything that I own that those text messages were completely fabricated. And so I stand by everything I've said from the past on. You can take that charging document, you can take that probable cause affidavit, and the next time you have to go number 2, you can take it with you into the water closet and you can use it as toilet paper and throw it away, because it is the exact same thing. It's BS. So with that, yeah, I mean,
water closet. You had me at the water closet.
I know. I've been in too many of those across the pond spaces with the Brits, and they're wearing on me. So basically, yeah.
Elizabeth said the outhouse.
Outhouse. There we go. We do have.
Now you're talking Schulenburg. That's
for real. It's funny. So with that, I mean, what other evidence is there? Oh, okay. Where's Mr. Furry? Where's Furry fanboy Lance Twiggs? Okay, yeah, sure. But shit, the FBI, didn't they destroy some evidence too? So I don't know what else there is. I really don't. Like, what is this mountain of evidence?
Of us? Yeah.
Like, literally, what is it? Like, I mean, it's just like, release the damn videos, but that entail lies the problem, because
so when you get into the court documents, it does become kind of hard, and you guys, look, it's difficult for us to follow all of the things because there are so many tentacles to this investigation. But for example, with the court documents, it has been strange about this destruction of evidence, or preservation rather of evidence, and the number of days that it needs to be kept. And then do they need to notify the other side? Do they need to get permission from the judge? This has been going back and forth. And, it's appalling to me to think that someone would even consider, once a charge has been filed, destroying any relevant evidence. But apparently that's a thing.
Yeah. Every fact needed to arrest Butch Hibbs, Jack Hibbs, Farnsworth, Flood, Harpole, Cabot, Erica has been presented by Candace. John Bray and Barron prove it was the Mike pack Butch bought. We don't know if that is in fact what is inside of Butch's shirt. It looks awfully like that, but we don't know for a fact. And it would be a little counterintuitive to assume that that thing is there when that thing goes on Charlie's shirt and it appears to still be there. So it could be something, it could be nothing. But at the same rate, we're on the correct path, and we're just going to keep on trucking. Kelly, are you going to show the girl with clips in her hair changed clothes? I don't know what that means. Do you?
I do not know what that means. Seventh Son, if you are still around, if you could elaborate, that would be amazing.
I would tend to agree.
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Mike Pack was in his shirt, so a person on the building was not a shooter. Could have been Charlie's angel. Could be. We don't know. We know this, that no one is looking into it. And more than likely, with the phenomenal work that Kelly just did, no one will. It will be right here living on YouTube in this video, this live stream, and it will go nowhere because luckily for them, we are not Candace status yet. I want,
Yeah.
if you are TP USA people, you need to be thanking your lucky stars tonight that Kelly and I have not reached that fandom or that stardom yet, because it would be a whole different ballgame for you guys, because we have been saying stuff for weeks now that would completely change things if this was out in the non-Twitter sphere, right?
Right.
That's where a lot of these things, and look, Twitter's great. Twitter's where all of the cutting edge things happen, with people that are critical thinkers, and there's a lot of stupid people as well, but critical thinkers, getting
Less
together.
censoring, you have to take it with a grain of salt, but
Yes.
clearly there's less censoring that goes on there. So,
Right. But if this would have been something that, say, if a Candace level of person puts out some things that is illustrating and highlighting things in someone's pocket, that they are arming and disarming and arming, and then showing that they're actually squeezing something underneath their shirt that's hidden and being secretive about it. If Candace gets a hold of that, y'all, it's over for y'all. I'm sorry to say it, and you deserve everything that's coming. So there's things that you cannot get around, and this is going to be one of them, because the video's been out and it's for the world to see. They've seen it. It's, I don't know how many, hundreds of millions of times the video that I put out has been seen. Who knows how many times? But you can't change the fact of that. And you're just lucky that it's not really taken off yet.
And let's remind folks too that no matter how small your following or how big your following, but if you only have 5 people that follow you on the internet, I mean, you know a whole lot more in real life. Okay. But whatever your own personal platform is, you can use that to share what you believe, share if you see compelling videos, from us, we have smaller accounts, please share.
Yeah.
Don't just assume that, well, I only have a few followers, so it doesn't really count for anything. I promise you that is not the case at all. We are in this together. I mean, a few months ago, none of the folks in this space knew, anything about me, but I just kept throwing my elbows around until they finally paid me some attention, because I'm I'm an actual journalist who really wants to help. So you can help in your own way. That's my message.
100%. Well said. That's how, I'm pretty sure anybody without some super clandestine type path makes it on these things, is they really take a rooted interest in something, and it just takes one video to go viral and for people to buy in, and then the rest you just have to continue to engage and put out compelling and captivating content. Little alliteration there, but basically, yeah, that's the playbook to this, and this is the future. I'm telling y'all right now, this is where things are going. Look at, no one trusts the media. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, because you media people, you big mainstream news people, y'all fucked up. I'm sorry. No one trusts you. No one watches you. No one, it's just, it is what it is. The trust is gone. You're out of the tree of trust, the circle of trust, quoting Will Ferrell on Old School. You're out. You're not in the circle of trust anymore with a lot of people, a lot of real people. And that's the key. It's real people. And I think that this style of people getting their news and information, and the dialogue, that's the other key, is the dialogue, especially on important stories. That's going nowhere as long as we have a platform like X. I mean, I know I'm here on YouTube, and we're going to have to really dial in the videos that we share, because I know, unfortunately, I think I could get like a strike or something against Kelly and I both, like if they see like some blood or something. So Twitter is not that way, or X, thank goodness, because that is what is crucial. You have to be able to see that stuff so that it can be transmitted, the information of what you're seeing, and explained so that it makes sense. Otherwise, they get away with it because it's blurred out. Case in point, look at the video that the Salt Lake Tribune put out just this past week. Sam Parker, Sam, love you, man. Haven't heard from you in a minute. But Sam puts this video out from the Salt Lake Tribune, and lo and behold, there's a lot of brand new stuff that's out. Videos that we haven't seen, angles that we haven't seen, that's been very selectively trimmed to fit their 8-minute video. But the incident, and I'm not saying it should not be blurred out, but it's blurred out. You can't see anything. And it would have been this way had some one video in particular not been released. So with that, Salt Lake Tribune, if anybody is listening, or anybody that has anything to do with that outlet, they need to get off of that video, because the pink hat person is doing some really, really wild things, because that camera is right there in the grass moments after the explosion rings out. And they are, I guarantee you, it's on video of them picking things up and hunting for things. As everybody else is running for their lives, we've got someone hunting in the grass for something.
Supposedly initially looking for other victims, but really apparently looking for
things
debris in the grass.
Yeah, they're looking for debris. You're not going to be able to spin that one.
I did respond though to Sam's thread, and to the folks who are not very from the Tribune, who are not very active on Twitter. So we may need to email them. But I had made the suggestion because actually one of the viewers on New Year's Eve, actually, when I was doing a live stream, had shared it, and I went over it a little bit with Trigger Smart in the live stream. And the video is fascinating. But people are asking about my dog. Sorry, he just came in and started licking my feet. So I have two of them. This is Paco, and then Preston is on the floor.
Paco and Preston, they're kind of famous. I mean, they've literally put themselves on a lot of people's podcasts. I know.
Yeah, at inopportune times, for sure.
Yeah, so. I mean, honestly, Gary would make me bark as well. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Gary. You're going to wake up one of these days, Gary. You're going to see the light.
Hey, I promise. One of these days. But yes, Paco, that's correct. So anyway, I had suggested, hey guys, I went on and actually subscribed to the paper after seeing that video, with hopes, honestly, that I could find something behind a paywall. Yeah. Maybe they could pitch it to their bosses. I mean, being a former newsie myself, I know that you have to get the higher ups to sign off on things. And if you can pitch a project as a way to make money, then it helps. So, I mean,
well, let me say this. If you're one of those executives that works for the Salt Lake Tribune, I want you to get up right now, go into your bathroom and look in the mirror and say, I'm the fucking problem. Because that video should be out. Okay.
And the photos too. Let's bring on don't forget the photos. Photos contain a lot of valuable information.
Put it all out. Like, quit trying to cover up for people. Put it all out. Put it all out. Let's see the pink hat person doing their thing. Let's see the plainclothed officer upstairs in his bag on his phone as everyone's running. That one still gets me. That guy, who's he talking to? He is talking to somebody very, very important on the other end of that iPhone. Every other law enforcement person there that day has a radio. They're all on the radio. This dude is talking like a junior high girl trying to figure out what they're going to do or wear for the next dance. Like he's walking around like he's so nervous, and he's carrying the gun by the barrel. Like, what the hell, dude?
That was the heavyset guy?
No.
Oh.
No, not Big Boy. Big Boy in blue. He's,
Oh yeah. I mean,
he's ready to draw down.
Awkward.
Yeah, Big Boy in blue. I mean, he's ready to draw down. But the dude in the red hat,
okay,
he's walking around with the barrel of the gun in his hand, clenched.
Okay, yes.
And he's relentlessly talking on the phone back and forth with somebody. This is within 2 or 3 minutes of Charlie being taken away. And he stays on the phone for another 8 minutes or so. Who the hell is he talking to? Because everybody else is on radios. Who are you talking to? You trying to figure out what your wife needs you to pick up at HEB? Like literally, like what the hell are you doing on the phone while everybody else is on the radio here? You're on your iPhone. But what takes the cake, Kelly, is that at about the 8-minute mark, he goes and gets Blake Hariff. And he gets a couple of the other security guys, and they get to the front there of where Charlie was seated in front of him along the railing that was keeping the crowd back, where Hunter Kozak, Mr. Signal, man, this is, I'm going to do my best Hunter Kozak. You see that? You see what I did there?
Mm.
I'm looking at Brian. Hey, man, here it comes. Here it comes. And the red hat officer starts to point in the grass. And what do? They go and start walking single file, like a line through there, looking for something. It does not take a rocket scientist to deduce that they were just told by that red hat officer who was on the phone with somebody where to go look. So was the red hat officer on the phone with someone that was watching the live stream and was playing it back, probably in slow motion, and pointing out everywhere to go look because they could see where the shit was flying off of Charlie and they needed to go pick it up really quick before the real FBI shows up.
Right.
I'm not a rocket scientist. I just play. No, I'm not. I don't even play one on TV. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that complicated. It's on video. They're doing it. They're breaking the law. Like, they have no jurisdiction. They have no reason to be hunting through the grass looking for pieces of explosive before the FBI or ATF show up.
It's the most bizarre scene.
And why the fuck is no one talking about this? Like, literally, this should be on repeat day after day. I want you to think about this, Kelly. The people that actually did this are the ones that got to go and clean shit up, that got to go and get the SD cards, that got to go and get everything perfect and control the narrative from the media, what's being shouted out to the normies that watch the Today Show and Good Morning America.
Mm-hmm.
They had it all under control. Like, this was, I mean, it's insane how simple it is for literally something to be hijacked. And this was hijacked. Charlie's death was hijacked. The story, the narrative was hijacked. and regurgitate it out to the American people. And then, gosh, thanks to Erica being really a shitty actress and their really tone-deaf approach on everything, from sparklers and fireworks and pyro
sequins and lace and yeah,
because y'all are stupid. I mean, like,
and hands in a coffin put on Instagram.
It's
mic'd
crazy.
up probably.
Y'all, whoever your PR homeboy, homegirl is, you need to fire them because they suck. They're stupid. You need a better PR person. You need someone that has actual common sense and can sit there and say, we ain't shooting this Instagram reel, Erica, with you over Charlie's body. This ain't happening. Nope. We're not doing pyro. I don't care how much. Charlie could have had a sparkler in his hand every birthday, New Year's, 4th of July, and on Sundays or Saturdays when the Oregon Ducks win at football. Charlie could be a sparkler full. Love them, sparklers, yeah. Still doesn't give you the right to do what you did and make it just this crazy over-the-top thing.
Obnoxious.
Don't care.
I want to call out a comment that I see. If I could pull it up, I would, but it's William.
I go off on these things and then
No, it's okay. This is on
Blake,
the point, though.
Tell us what you think about John Bray. Look, I like John. I think he's doing incredible work. He has been articulating what I have been saying for a very long time. Okay, John has been the person who has been able to vocalize what I have been saying and put it into a context that a lot of other people are starting to understand. So without John, this would be another deal, right? But there would have to be someone rise up that's like John. I mean, this is not like John's got some sort of like John's just a smart person that's got common sense and has experience with this. So in a nutshell, I think John is great. I hope to have him on our show here soon because I think he and I, with some of these joining forces with Kelly, and I think it would be incredible stuff, right? So I hope and look forward to that. What comment did you see, Kel?
Sorry, I just got to say, Daddy's home. Turn off the phone. Shabbat shalom. Okay.
Did you like
the comment? Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh no, the doll, the Erica.
Oh
Kirk.
my gosh! If you guys did not see on X today, I had reshared the funniest. That's the other funny thing about X is that people are so creative, and then you just catch these little nuggets. Anyway, I'd shared this one that was like an Erica Barbie doll kind of thing. And then Blake came in clutch. What was it with the Urkel? The Urkel doll.
It really did. It's like that was, you know how just a thought comes to mind immediately? Like that's what happened with me. And that I was like, oh my God, that reminds. And then I remember like you would pull the pull string and it would be Steve Urkel in his voice doing his famous Steve Urkel sayings. And I was like, oh my God, this would be just brilliant if we had literally an Erica Kirk doll that, you would pull the pull string and bam.
So then we started coming up with all the sayings possible, like stop.
Yeah, I mean,
and the list goes on. So it's a good time over there. If you are not following the both of us on X, highly recommend. My handle, Kelly Raybon, Blake Bednars. So definitely go and please follow both of our accounts.
We are very normal. We're normal people just like you guys. And we just know how to get a message across, and I'm so thankful that we've got these ways to
to share.
To share,
So
yeah.
I was actually going to mention there's this comment from William Cumby on the topic that we were speaking about just a moment ago. But if it is, oh shoot, it just got away from me. It was saying if it is a government, oh man, now I got to scroll back up. Oh man, sorry, William, I just lost you for a second there. But basically, it was saying like if it is a government, sanctioned operation, then like that kind of explains why we are seeing so many of these things on so many different layers, and why no one is being held accountable.
Yep.
Sorry, bud. I was gonna try to read out your exact words, and then all of a sudden it.
Can you see the comments that I added to the stage by chance?
Oh, yes.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to get to some of these supers. Atomic Blonde 10. What will set your show apart from the many new podcasters emerging? Oh, that's a good question. Atomic Blonde, this is the deal. You can go and jump into any space or watch any of these podcasts that command a lot of attention. Okay. And you will pick up real quick on the things that they are not willing to discuss and the places they're not willing to go. One of those being Brian Harpole. Now, I recognize that Candace has an angle that she's working, and the common denominator between what Candace is working and what I have been working is Brian Harpole. And the approach is different because I have a normal life, and this is not like my main gig. And I have a kind of feeling that we need to just put stuff out, right? Within it being contextually available, or it can be understood by an audience, right? Can't just go and like kitchen sink everything, every issue out at people, because then your eyes will quickly glaze over. So with that, my point is this. On this show, what we're going to do on our podcast, we're going to go to places that other people might not want to go, that have other agendas, or I don't know, other loyalties. I don't know. I can tell you, Kelly and I don't have any of that. Like, we literally, Kelly has been a investigative journalist for many years, a really good one. I'm sure you can see the awards behind her. And then mommy duty called, and her kids took front and center stage. And that is totally understandable. But she's still an investigative journalist, and I'm not, but I've got 41 years of some damn good experience, and I'm pretty much a normal critical thinking dude. So, given that, with the fact of what I was able to go out and get, and how I'm able to be resourceful on things like that, I want you all to know that on this program, we will go to the places that other people won't go or haven't gone. And we will come at it with receipts to back every single bit of it up. And it might be difficult for other people on their shows to talk about. That's the only thing I can come up with. But I can promise you this, that we will continue to have the engagement and the dialogue with people, because I really enjoy that. Aside from a wild threat here or there, and just complete, like, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. But the dialogue is crucial. It's paramount. But thank you for your super chat. Kelly, found you on Trigger Smart. Love your vibe. Kelly's got a great vibe. And,
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Authentic AF. And I bring a little different perspective to the table. And I am grateful to be here and grateful that you guys are listening.
Hey, Kelly, found you from Paramount Tactical a while back. Blake, I think you're incredibly wrong, but you're consistent. So respect. Baron Coleman can, we'll see. That's the only thing that I have to say about that. I enjoyed being on Gary's show. I actually would like to go back on. Maybe we can do that, Gary, if you're listening, or if this gets tossed your way. I would love to go back on. I think a lot of things have changed since the last time that Kelly and I think we went back to back, right, Kelly? Like you were there first, and then like the week after I was there.
Yes.
A lot of things have changed since then, and a lot of things have changed. And I think it probably would warrant revisiting a conversation. And I have respect for Gary. Do not agree with anything he has to say on Charlie Kirk's investigation, but that's what's beautiful. But I still respect him, and he served our country, and I'm not going to change that. So I like Baron. Baron's cool as shit. So let's see here.
Yeah, I'm not interested in starting a podcast war or whatever. We've done enough of that riffraff or other people have done enough of the riffraff. It's a waste of time going back and forth. Let the people decide who they want to watch, and let us focus on work. And that's where I stand on those things.
I agree.
Everybody use discernment.
Absolutely. Do you have a theory about who is behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk? You feel that Erica knew what was going to happen to Charlie. Given the monumental, just how this thing went down, there were a lot of players involved. And I think that when we begin to step outside the realm of people that were present, or we start going to different organizations or different governments or different nations, your eye really comes off the ball. You can speculate all you want, and that's really what has happened a lot in the last 100 and some odd days, is people are thinking on a macro level, or they're speculating on a macro level. And the answer to this deal is to be micro-focused. Micro-focused on what was happening that day at UVU. I feel like we haven't been micro-focused, and I say we collectively as people that view Candace's show, because unfortunately, I mean, that's kind of been the driving thing that a lot of people have been basing what they would put out as content. It would mirror or follow what she's doing. And it just is what it is. I mean, it's actually pretty smart, but basically, yeah, like I think if we focus micro on people that were there that day, and I've said it before, I've said it 100 times, you start to roll one or two people. I would pick on Terrell Farnsworth immediately, because it's black and white, plain as day. That dude is obstructing justice. That dude is tampering with evidence. Like, the dude could have 3 felony charges stacked, boom, 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 looking at 50 years behind bars. That dude would start singing like a canary or whatever yard bird, songbird there is. He would be singing within 30 minutes. That clock would not reach the next hour before Terrell is telling all the goods. That's just the way that you can read that dude from a mile away. That's what I would do. Step here, go to the next step. Next step, step up, step up, step up. eventually you get to that macro level that everyone originally was speculating and talking about. You're never going to go macro to micro. You've got to go micro to macro. It's just how those things work. So thank you for your super chat. You've been generous. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Atomic Blonde. I mean, and if I could just weigh in on that, yeah, I mean, I do have some theories, but mine go off on a completely different direction. And I would love for us to do an entirely different stream dedicated to that, because I think that it fully merits something more than I could fully describe in just a couple of minutes. But I believe that when Charlie went into the UVU event on 9/10/2025, he knew that he was not walking out one way or another. So I have lots of reasons. And when I look at something from an investigative perspective as a journalist, for me, it is not just about the ballistics. You don't have to be a ballistics expert or have served in the military or, be a cop to investigate this case, right? It is not just about the gunshot, because I don't even think there was a gunshot that impacted Charlie's body. And I think you have to look at the entire picture, which includes events beforehand and events after, in addition to what happened in front of our eyes on 9/10. So stay tuned.
I agree. Well said. Look at you, Kelly. 2 shows in one day. Impressive. Let's go effing Max. North Texas is pretty damn too.
I'm going for it. Max is the only way to go.
North Texas, there's just nothing that rhymes with it. And East Texas is not the least Texas, okay? Look, I love my state. I love especially where I'm from, and I have a lot of pride. But I travel all around Texas, and there's really not an armpit of Texas. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Let's see here. Thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate that. Ivan is Ivan. Hurrah to you both. Wish I could send more. P.S. Carrie sent you an email earlier regarding Candace's show. Hope it helps you win. LOL.
Thank you. I will definitely keep an eye out for it.
Appreciate that. Oh, nice. Dude. Wow. Thank you.
Wow. Is this dude party? Maybe I had to look at it for a second. Dude party? Yeah. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And yeah, Kelly is rocking. Look, Kelly works extremely hard, and she's been working behind the scenes, and we're about to change that. We're going to, us both, we're going to be becoming more front and center, because look, I can bitch and moan and complain all day long about the shit that no one is talking about, or I can get off my ass and do my own podcast and talk about the shit that no one's talking about. So you're looking at it.
Yep. It's a hustle, and we appreciate, I mean, we'd be talking to ourselves if you guys weren't here, frankly, but it makes it better that you're here. So at least we have someone else to interact with, because Blake probably will get tired of me otherwise.
No, it's good stuff. Misty, video rituals in plain sight, says that Charlie Kirk assassination was predicted. Rainers also. Third will be triple. Please check it out. I'm not tracking. Are you?
Maybe that's something that we need to, I'll jot that down. Maybe that's something that we have to search for. So I appreciate, thank you for the heads up.
Third will be triple.
Feel free to drop some more information, Misty, to us, whether in the chat or elsewhere, email, etc.
Go Kelly, go Max.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ivan. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
For his glory 828, what's Kelly's channel? Kelly's channel is below in the ticker, and hopefully, is it in the description? Kelly Raybon, her name on YouTube and X, it's the same.
Yep. KELIRABON. That's one L.
Nothing rhymed with South Texas, so she could not snag that channel. There's just nothing that rhymes with South Texas.
Nexus. I don't know.
All right. And some of these other chats, did you have any that were anyone that stood out? Let's see here.
Oh, I saw one earlier, Blake, and this would be a great opportunity for you to talk about this, if it's okay, before we hop into that one. Someone asking about your, like, the video that you utilize, and if you could talk about how you authenticate, how you acquire, how you utilize, I think it would be a great space for you to discuss that.
Are we talking about the UVU video?
I don't know that maybe they I don't know, recall, because it was like 20 minutes ago at least, but if they referenced a specific, I couldn't star the comment, but just figured I'd at least try to float their question.
Yep, I was going to pull up mid-gray. There we go. We'll go with latest. Bring this up on the stage. Where did it go? Okay, so essentially what happened was I obtained the video that was being recorded from the UVU Review, which is the student outfit newspaper there at UVU. They're not affiliated with the campus, but it's all students that work there, and they just cover exclusively UVU events. I was frustrated with the amount of footage that was out. I was frustrated that it seemed to be a lot of TikTok videos and Snapchat videos that people had screen recorded, and then people started to edit those screen records, and you're then trying to decipher what are they trying to highlight in this edit. I was frustrated, as a lot of people were. So I went on kind of a mission to identify people that were in the crowd that had cameras, and lo and behold, was able to track down 3 students that were there at the UVU Review, or that were students, and then come to find out that they were with the UVU Review. And basically was able to get the video that they had shared with George Stephanopoulos on Good Morning America, but it had been selectively trimmed and edited. I was able to get that full video, and the day I remember it broke, I remember getting the video for the very first time, and I couldn't believe my eyes, because I immediately, the very first time, I was like, there is something exploding under his shirt, like immediately. My little brother, he is a very smart cookie. He's a petroleum engineer, and I called him immediately. I was like, dude, I'm coming over to your house. I need you to look at this. I need you to tell me if I'm insane or if what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing. So went over there, showed it to him, and we were both just beside ourselves. All of this was happening about the same time that the jet news was breaking, and the drones. This is all about that time. And I remember somehow I got in touch with Candace. Candace is the next thing I know, I've got her number. We're FaceTiming each other. We're throwing ideas off each other. And yeah, like I remember breaking the news to everyone. I thought it would be cool to do it on a space. And I remember being in one of Ryan Matta's space, and Sam and Maze. And I mean, I remember looking down and like there's, you know, in Carroll's face is right next to me. I think, you know, the Cardones were in there. Dan Bazilrin, however you say his last name, he was in there. Like, I mean, people were flocking into this space. And it was when I basically directed everyone's attention to go look at this video. And this is when something unexpected happened. And it was a really, really wonderfully crafted disinformation campaign to discredit that video was put out. And there were people on YouTube and X accounts that did their dead level best to discredit that video. And their reasoning was absolutely batshit crazy, because they were seeing things in my video that they were not seeing in their Snapchat video that was like screen recorded. I mean, I remember so vividly, you know, people here that
this frame right here should have expansion of the shirt, front and back, but it doesn't. It only has up. I mean, how many more do you need, to be honest with you, to say that this is doctored footage?
Doctored footage, because old boy Zeb here is seeing a frame that he don't have in his Snapchat screen recordings. So things like this were detrimental early on, because it killed a boatload of steam leading into this theory that, lo and behold, is going to be the theory that's going to be the last prevailing theory. And so people like Zeb, instead of talking to me or asking me for the footage, he just goes on and stuff, you know, snippets of his podcast because he's calling it doctored. He did. I mean, it was detrimental. And if I ever have the ability to talk to him, I would say it to his face. Like, dude, you fucked so much stuff up early on. But lo and behold, mid-gray, I don't know who this person is. They're one of these audio...
Kind of anonymous or something accounts?
Yeah, kind of open source intelligence types. Mid-gray went on and did this fantastic right here, just synopsis of the video. And that's me. And dives into it. I gave them the original. And lo and behold, he's like, yeah, it's the original. I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, this video, this file was shot on a professional camera, a nice Sony, I forget what, is it there? I don't see it. He goes into it all, like right here. This Sony here, XFACI, with a professional mic and a tripod. And he died, like, this guy goes into more in-depth of everything, showing that it's valid. Like, this could be presented in court. It's that official, right? He could be easily called as a witness to present all of this stuff. He's that smart. Like, he does this stuff. So with that, these were a couple of the things that I had to battle early on, were knuckleheads like Zeb saying that it's doctored footage and making people question it, where it's actually, to date, the best footage that we will ever have, not including the stuff that Terrell Farnsworth illegally took behind and in front of Charlie that was within 5 feet of him. Okay? This right here is the best footage. So luckily, people like Mid-Gray exist, open source intelligence, OSINT people, and they come in and they do the people's work. And basically, yeah, It is what it is. It's real. And without that, without my UVU review video that I went and tracked down, I mean, it took like a week and a half. We wouldn't have Mikey McCoy. Super, magnificent, phenomenal, guapo. How many adjectives?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Candace went Mary Poppins on that thing. Like, literally, Mikey McCoy doing his turn and walk. We wouldn't have that because the UVU review, they posted a trimmed down version of this on their YouTube page, and then they blurred it out and they water stamped it. We wouldn't have Mikey McCoy doing that. We wouldn't have the security team doing all their weird stuff, right? We wouldn't have Philip Goldsberry looking over to Dan Flood as he's on his computer, and he's like, oh shit. Problem with the audio. What Brian just armed. Problem. We wouldn't have that. And then we damn sure wouldn't have everything that Brian Harpole was doing in his pocket, underneath his clothes, and doing the weird stuff with his arm at the very moment that Charlie is injured from the explosion. We wouldn't even have Hunter Kozak really doing his secret signal that the trans question is next. The trans question is next. It is what it is, y'all. Like, they were all in on it. I mean, they were crafting this argument from the very beginning. Do y'all know who the first person was on planet Earth to draw the correlation between the question and the alleged shot? Do y'all know who that was? Let's see if anybody. Put a comment real quick if you know who you think that was that made that very first correlation. Netanyahu. No, it was not.
Well, I don't know who officially did it, but I know to me, I mean, I thought
Butch Hibbs.
That's right away.
Butch Hibbs is the person who on camera tells Adam Bartholomew that the shot correlated with the trans question and the guns question being asked. And lo and behold, look at where we are. Go and look at the charging document. Go and look at the probable cause affidavit. They both tie in the trans gun question on the document that's filed with a court that gave the state of Utah the green light to charge this person with aggravated murder that carries a penalty of death. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
So many
let me
questions.
show this.
I was going to say,
who told Hunter to ask the question? I don't know. But I mean, Hunter's been busy. He has been busy with CBS.
But okay. Yeah, we don't know yet who told Hunter to ask that question. But what I do believe is that TPUSA was fully aware of the question that Hunter was going to ask, because they typically, I mean, they already knew he was on their radar. Okay, that he was on the UNF America tour, which for those that don't know, that's basically the antithesis of TPUSA. They would follow TPUSA around and mock them and cause havoc and all these things, right? Hunter was part of that group. So it's absurd and even featured on the website. So it is absolutely absurd to think that someone from TPUSA would not be aware of Hunter.
Yep, I completely agree. So anyways, I would invite anyone that's curious about that footage. His page is midgray. That's @_mid GRAY. Take a look. It's right there. It is what it is. And we're just, I can't imagine. I was thinking about this. I don't remember when. I think I was driving home from snowboarding, and I was like, man, where would we be without that video? Or Adam's, but this one in particular, because Adam was upstairs interviewing people when it happened. And I don't know. I do not know. What I do know is that they never intended for this right here to ever see the light of day. And you know what? If someone that was making decisions is listening, y'all are stupid. Literally, you've got, I mean, to try and pull this off with all these cameras around, like, it's stupid. I mean, you talk about a severe miscalculation of risk, because this is going to be the undoing. This is it. Given the fact that, of course, we won't see the Turning Point USA illegally obtained footage, that will really do it in. But this right here was never supposed to see the light of day. But it did. Let's see here. I am going to wrap it up, but the first thing that I would, the last thing I would like to do is just illustrate what we're going to do here on this program. And it's just going to be simple, starting off. We're going to talk about, we'll divide it in two halves. We're going to go current happenings with the case, what's going on that day. Just run it down, give our takes, things that we have picked up on, and then we're going to transition into a rediscovery of things that happened early on, and we're going to take this investigation in chronological order from the beginning, and we're going to walk through everything, because there are a lot of things that just kind of got cruised over that really, really deserve more attention. And I think this will be the most effective way to talk about current while also bringing people up to speed that maybe not are so involved early on. And we have so much data that has never really been put out or talked about. And
the things you look at things with a different perspective over time. Absolutely. And so I think it's so important. Blake and I have talked about it a million times, it seems, but back to basics is critical. Just like the video that I showed today. And if you missed it earlier and you joined us later in the chat, you can see that on my channel, both on X or on YouTube at Kelly Raybon. And it shows someone in what I believe to be someone. It shows something moving at the time of the shot in a white shirt on a different building. So it's just one other example of raising questions. This is a video that was there from day one that we all have reviewed countless times. So that video is a treasure trove. So I think, we all just continue to get fresh perspectives, spot different things, view things with a new lens. It's worthwhile.
Yep. And one day I will put this out. I want to go through. It's what I went through with Barron on his show, but really even go further in depth, in detail, since I can kind of control the media as we're putting it on screen, and literally walk everyone through exactly what I believe happened. And we'll probably do it sooner than later, but that will be coming in the very, very near future. I'll make sure and put it out. And I just have to make sure, like I said, I don't want to get a strike on YouTube. It took a lot of work getting everything set up, and I don't want to accidentally show, have there be some blood, and then they, whatever little AI computer bot flags me, and then I get jammed up. So I don't want that. But we're gonna be going at this. I think we can be more effective with things, especially coming in after the fact and talking about things that were left off or not talked about earlier in the day, because I can tell you that there's a lot that has been completely left off, neglected, that is a very big variable. And so that's why we're here. And I believe that we're going to actually do a much better job of living up to that saying that Charlie told Tucker that Megan heard, of going max.
Yep.
This will be the definition of that. Everything else, I've just seen people pretending, to be quite frank. So, Kelly, I'll let you have last word. Thank you all for joining us. And like I said earlier, welcome aboard. Kelly.
Yeah. Really, from the bottom of my heart, Blake and I, we both pour ourselves into this investigation. And I wasn't, I didn't follow Charlie Kirk, beforehand. I'll be the first one to say that. And so for me, I don't come at it from the perspective of someone who's trying to, do this because of my love for Charlie, but it is because of my love for this country. And it is because of my love for the truth. And so, yeah, when you step into this space, I want you to be prepared to go max, because Scout's honor or whatever it is, I'm going to be going max. Blake's going to be going max. And that's what I can promise to you.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful night, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.
Thank you.